Hasbro has held a Hasbro Pulse Fanstream for Star Wars Ahsoka. This Fanstream is going to show us figures for the retro, vintage, and black series. And a little bit of news for HasLab as well. So, are they going to have hits? Are they going to have misses? Are they actually going to give us what we want? Probably not, but let's find out.
Intros. My name is Jing. I'm the brand manager of Star Wars.
I'm Chris. I'm design manager on Star Wars.
I'm Eric. I'm a designer on Star Wars.
I'm Emily, senior product designer on Star Wars.
I will say, Chris is a really good name. I'm just saying, we're just going to put that out there.
So the biggest news since we last talked to you at SDCC is obviously the start of the Ahsoka live action series. It was amazing. We were so excited. We've watched it several times now. We have reveals today in the Vintage Collection and Black Series and Retro.
And Retro, yeah. So we'll just dive right in and get started here. We've got some great retro stuff. So we've had some amazing waves of Retro Collection recently, with the latest one being the Return of the Jedi 40th six-pack with the Yak Face and Mon Mothma figures that we revealed at SDCC. We just love the historic look of the Retro Collection. It's always exciting when we get to add new characters. Yeah. So with that, today we are revealing a wave of retro figures inspired by the Ahsoka live action show. We have both heroes and villains in this wave, but to be sure, we got a bunch of key characters in there. So starting with the main heroine herself, Ahsoka Tano. I'll bring her out here.
Yay. This is her second retro, right?
We've created product inspired by her before. We wanted to do something a little special here to bring newness to her figure. So she comes with a nice soft goods cloak using some of the same kind of material Kenner did when they made soft goods for their figures. We see her wearing that a lot for the show, so a great update for this figure.
They need to shrink this. This is way too large. Like, it ruins part of your artwork. So this part of the figure, I'm going to say, is exactly the same. The cloak is new. The sabers look like katanas, mostly because that's kind of what they're inspired off of. That's why she's got the shorter blade as well. Plus, that's kind of how the Retro Collection, kind of how they did the weapons back in the day. Everything, kind of looked just like katana swords, just painted different colors.
And of course, she still comes with both her lightsabers, and the card back is Ahsoka inspired, obviously, for the show. And just shows a beautiful film out from that. Next up, we have, joining Ahsoka in her fight, we have her friend, excuse me, and Padawan, Sabine Wren. So throw Sabine up here. Sabine comes with a lot of accessories. I mean, removable helmet, similar to how classic Kenner figures did that, so a little soft helmet. Yep. And her head's even squeezed down a little bit in size. Helmet's still big, so all that great classic Kenner look going on there. She's got two blasters in unique colors to match Sabine's blasters. And, of course...
Why? They could have just been gray. So they had to shrink her head down. That doesn't sound cool. It's like, now that you look at like the size of her head versus the size of her hands. Yeah, the Retro Collections, a lot of them are really off. I really dislike this line. And I know, like, everybody's like, oh, but it's how Kenner made their figures. It's not. Kenner did a really good job. And they didn't do this colorful crap. Like, these would both be gray. They would have probably added a little bit more. And that's just, like, their excuse of, oh, look, we can just paint this all green. Like, even Kenner would have tried to paint this gray, at least. They wouldn't give you the whole solid blade green. It's, I mean, the helmet looks cool. This just, yeah, not digging this.
The signature green lightsaber we see her wielding in the show. She's got great deco on her armor, really distinctive to her appearance, and just overall a cool looking figure.
I don't like that this is also, why is the helmet way up here? And, like, is she really that small of a figure? Like, or is this just a really bad card? I think they've got a terrible card. They just threw this one together. Because, like, this whole figure should be up here in the green. That's the whole point of this, is where your figure is supposed to be sitting. But, like, she's sitting way down here, and then the helmet is way up there. Could you not shred something? And again, just like you lose all of this because this sticker is so large. It does not need to be that large.
So obviously key to the new show.
Yeah, I love how the helmet is packed on top. You're right. Like, there's a few
Yeah.
No,
times
it's
we've done that,
too
and I
high.
love the treatment of it.
Yeah, just pulling from all those classic inspiration pieces of Kenner. And we've done this helmet packed separately on some of the previous ones we've done as well. So
Yeah.
No, that's an opener type packaging. Like, I don't like opening all of my figures, but that is a must open because I couldn't leave that carded.
Okay, so of course we have Sabine, but she and Ahsoka aren't alone in their fight. We also have the pilot and leader, General Hera Syndulla. So let me pull her up here. Another fun figure. We're just going to keep going. There's a lot of retro here. So this Hera figure comes in her new pilot jacket look with all the appropriate logos, including the cool logo for the ghost on the back of that jacket. Fun character with her Liku, and to interpret that in this classic Kenner style, that was really fun. You'll see
That
she has
doesn't
a
look
holster
bad,
on her
that
leg,
one.
and similar to how Kenner did on some of its figures and how we've done on some of ours, the blaster handle can actually plug in that holster, so it's kind of functional in the classic style. And a quick look at the package here.
It's a really
a
cool
cool shot
blaster,
of Hera
though.
from the new live action series. Of course, we can't have Hera without her trusty sidekick, although I think he would be offended maybe by the term sidekick. We have the bigger than life personality of Chopper. So
Who is Kenner? Kenner was the original Star Wars toy company. It was Kenner Toys. They're the ones that made the original before Hasbro bought them out. Like late 90s, they bought them out. They bought Kenner out and took over the Star Wars line. So that is who Kenner is. Were they better? I mean, for most of their toys of the 70s and 80s, late 70s, early 80s, I mean, the retro collection is supposed to be kind of like that, but it kind of not really. You can see where Hasbro takes their corners. Of course, when they released the Star Wars figures again that they did in the early 90s, mid 90s, we had the what often is referred to the He-Man wave, because everybody was very bulky and hugely muscular, and it was very awkward. But still better than this. And they also, like to actually use plastic on their figures. Like, since the Clone Wars action figures, they've kind of gotten figures have gotten a lot smaller and thinner, like a lot thinner. You can see where, like, when Hasbro ended and when Kenner ended and Hasbro took over, the size comparison to figures is just night and day. And the pricing as well. Less plastic, more money you spend.
another fun retro figure droid here.
And Chopper doesn't look too bad.
And Chopper, captured in the retro collection, he comes with a removable third leg. So that's kind of key to his look. But what we wanted to do there is to reference some classic Kenner stuff. So we looked at the droid factory playset that Kenner did, and it had a third leg accessory for R2. So we did kind of a similar approach here, so that third leg is removable on Chopper. Also with him, he's got stickers for his body art, just like R2 and R5-D4 did in the original Kenner line. So cool nods to all that going on there. For the packaging, Lucasfilm gave us a really nice film out, clear shot of the droid in a set, but it was missing some.
I don't understand. Put this stupid sticker up here. Like you don't have a lot going on over here. Just put the stupid sticker over here. This is really annoying me. The stupid stickers.
Some of the background, but just kind of the way it was cropped. So the same way Kenner did, we went in and we photoshopped in the background and expanded that.
Be interesting
really
if the head spun.
Again, continue that inspiration. So
Yeah, just to fill in some of the spots and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Just to extend
doubt
it a
it,
little
though.
bit where it was cropped funny. So yeah, a great figure there, and Chopper's so distinctive. So
I
that's
love Chopper.
yeah.
We all love Chopper.
Right.
Character.
Next, we've already seen this character fighting Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, and she's here again in the new show. That's right, Morgan Elsbeth. So we bring her up. Yeah, there's just so many retro figures down here. You guys are
There's
going
a
to get
lot.
to see more.
Keep it going.
Inspired by some of the way Kenner
Wow.
did some of those classic figures with long skirts and robes, we did the same thing here. So Morgan's got that great dress outfit going on. So we handled this one the same way. So like Anakin Skywalker, the Imperial Dignitary, some of those classic Kenner pieces, she's handled much the same way. So she still has.
No, this is a. What is this? Like I can get over this because this is the best they could, you kind of do with this type of style of a figure. But yeah,
Articulation in her legs. So great to capture this character in retro to fight Ahsoka. So she's got some adversaries going on here. So here's a quick look at the packaging. I think it's a great shot of the character. I mean, we're learning more and more about her as we go with Ahsoka, so
Yeah.
some cool stuff coming, I hope. But Morgan needs her droids to support her. She's not alone in this fight. So flanking her in her fight against Ahsoka, we have the HK-87 droid. So bringing him to retro.
no, that I like.
So HK-87 is a great droid addition to the
'Cause
retro.
one did
It
look
comes
like
in
this. He had the
one of
paint
his
job.
many looks. We've seen multiples in
Yeah.
the show already. So this one, we took the kind of tan and red look. And then, fun addition to the figure, on his back, as
Yeah.
you've seen in the show, they have their blasters storable on the back. So with him, we did the same thing. We put a little fixture on the back so you can plug his blaster in back
cool.
there so you can hold that.
That's cool.
So cool little retro-y addition to him there. For his film out, the packaging was a composite on this figure. They hadn't actually finished the show yet. All the final visuals weren't done when we did this. So we got reference, we got background plates, and we actually composited a background image to recreate this for the packaging because the final shots weren't done yet. So a really fun nod there. But then, okay,
what are we, 1 out of
we'll
5?
keep moving with bad guys.
6?
There's another one here. We got one more. So obviously they're not the only ones fighting Ahsoka here, and fighting alongside the HK-87s
Yep.
is one other character, Marok. I think
Okay,
we'll see
Marok
how
looks
that
cool.
all gets pronounced. Forgive us. We're learning the same time as you do on the pronunciations.
Give us
But
more
a great figure here.
I don't
So he
remember now.
comes with his soft goods cape. So really fun. Another cool feature of this character. It comes with a really unique double-bladed lightsaber that Inquisitors have. For packaging, Lucasfilm gave us a cool-looking film out of the character. And it really shows off that great saber, as
Okay.
well as some of the unique features and
2
look
for
of the
2
helmet
on-
on him as well. So
Yeah,
on the
you
last
can
two.
definitely see the highlight of the saber and against his helmet. I love that pack out.
yeah, very cool. So let's look at the full wave of retro here. So there's all of these figures, a great lineup. So it's an exciting wave to celebrate Ahsoka, and I think a fun way to start us off for today.
Wait.
So
Hera wasn't
this
bad.
one is
Chopper
a
wasn't
mainline
bad.
item, and will be on shelves fall of 24. But this is reveal only today, so no pre-orders planned for this one. So check them out at local retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, in the future.
Yep, and moving on, let's talk about the Black Series. Of course, we'll have some reveals today in our 6-inch line inspired by the live-action series, Ahsoka. At SDCC, we've revealed some characters from the live-action series already.
You did.
We showed the heroine herself, Ahsoka, and her friend Sabine,
That's just a
and Hera
repackage.
from the Ghost Crew. So, let's add a few more, starting today with Hera's trusty droid companion. It is Chopper.
Is this just a repack?
So, this is a refresh of our Rebels chopper in the updated Rebels Entertainment packaging. We've never actually had him in the mainline release before, so we, with his appearance in the live-action series, we wanted to be able to get this re-release to a wider audience. It comes with all of his existing accessories. He has a swappable center wheel with a thruster,
So nothing
really
new.
cool-looking blast stand that elevates him off of the ground, swappable legs, articulating arms, and again, just love seeing him in the live action and really having that animation there. And all the features you have come to love from the original Chopper. And joining Chopper, we also have another droid in the show, another key ally for Ahsoka, joining her on
Oops,
her
dropped
quest.
Chopper.
It's Hu Yang.
Hu Yang.
So we've seen Hu Yang before in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's just really awesome to see another cool-looking droid in live action. He's a brand new
extra
figure
arms.
from the Black Series line. He has a few different accessories. He has a data pad and his little piece of tech that we'll find out a little bit more about. And then one thing that's been really cool and unique about him is he has a backpack with the articulating arms. Tom and the engineering team worked really hard to make sure that the arms were fully posable and able to articulate, as well as being able to fold up and really become low profile on the backpack, giving it a really sleek and clean appearance. So it's great to have that working feature on this figure.
It's a pretty good looking
and
figure.
Just a quick look at the packaging as well. We wanted to show him in the side illustration with his backpack arms extended out, since we thought that was just really cool for this character. Continuing with allies, another key member
cool
of the
figure.
Ghost crew, we have Ezra Bridger. So, this is another newly tooled figure in an outfit inspired by his appearance in Rebels, but this is his live action appearance.
Yeah, we saw him in that holograph.
Yeah, we
so
saw
that was
him.
really cool.
Yeah, and yeah, a really quick look of that character and just really translated well into live action again and really inspired by that original series. So we saw him in the trailer in this outfit, and we also saw him in episode 1. So he comes with his lightsaber and blaster. He's only our second Ezra we've done in the line, but we're really excited to see him in the show, as we definitely wanted to get him into the line. This is the second figure inspired by Ahsoka live action show, and the packaging background shows the city of Lothal.
Cool. All right, so those were our great heroes. But moving on to villains. With the villain that we've all seen in The Mandalorian, we also saw just in Retro. So we're now seeing as part of the live action series for Ahsoka as well, we have Morgan Elsbeth. So another new character here. She has a slick new outfit in the Ahsoka live action, some new shades of red and a pop of color. I love the color on this. The Black Series team did a great job with it. And what really like about the show so far is just that in general there's a lot of colors to play with.
Facially much better.
For the skirt, Tom, our sculptor, sculpted it so it splits into sections. You can see it.
Yeah, I just want to say, look at the size of this ring. Just saying. Ladies, what do you think? Look at that. Sorry.
So it really overlaps with each other, and it just helps with the posing so that the PVC skirt doesn't hinder articulation.
That's been a problem in the past.
So I love that one. I love the look of her. And honestly, it was just so cool to see her in Ahsoka.
Yeah. So that
it blew my mind that she was a witch of Dathomir. That was insane.
This one's going to be hard to stand up, by the way, by itself, for the simple fact that notice she has not let this one go. Like, she's not tried to stand it. It's just she's gonna fall over. So you're gonna have a stand for her probably, or get her just right.
Absolutely,
really
awesome reveal.
And to finally actually see them like use the green powers and stuff like that. The first time we've seen it in live action, it was just really cool to actually see that.
So she is cooler than I've ever expected. Like, she's just really amazing. And so for the packaging, again, she looks quite different in her new show, so we definitely want to capture that in the new packaging as well.
They did that much better.
So that's what you see here on the screen. Next up, of course, with Morgan, we have her trusty warrior droid as well, Helping her in her fight, of course, we have HK-87.
It's just one of the other
Don't
ones.
have the droid in front of me, so but we have images on screen. He is a repaint from the HK-87 from the one we've done as part of the Mandalorian, so you've seen that in the past. He looks really striking in his appearance.
That's
with
what
this
I
nice,
figured,
deep
is that it would
red
just be a
coloring.
repaint
And honestly, they
the
just
first
have some
one.
amazing action shots in the first two episodes. Instead of the brown tones we've seen in the past, he comes with that
I think I like
red
the brown one
look,
better.
red deep coloring. He comes with the blaster and new soft goods cape as well. And we also love getting new troop builder droids into the line, so this is a great one for us to do, especially because, again, they've just been so amazing. And here's a quick look at the packaging as well. Really menacing posing, and he's ready to take on any fight.
And finally, another surprise adversary that we saw in the show. We also saw him earlier in the retro line. We have Marok.
Ooh,
I think you did better on the pronunciation.
Maybe I did. Yeah, I really struggle with some of the pronunciation.
We're gonna
sometimes.
say this name a lot, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep saying it.
So this is another newly told Inquisitor, continuing
Can you
our
get it to
collection of
stand?
Inquisitor figures. Again, he has his iconic double.
He looks cool. Physically, I do not like this paint job. Why is he so rusted out looking? I'm not gonna lie, I actually saw some tweets about this prior. That a lot of people were like, why is he so like, he had a little bit of rust, like very, very hard to see it, but he's so rusty looking, and this is too light. This should be a lot darker. So I mean, he looks cool, but the paint job is kind of crappy. I mean, no sword. This is the sword here. His saber's there. He's got that double blade. I also noticed he was struggling to keep him standing.
Bladed D-ring hilt. It's a unique saber specific just to him. That saber can also plug into his back for store.
You think Hasbro would have figured out how to like make a stand that holds a figure? I mean, they've put stands in with figures a couple times, and they've been kind of sucky. So, but you think that after all this time, they would have created a stand that could hold their figures. Just tossing that out there, because maybe they should get a stand that would hold their figures.
Imposing. He also comes with soft goods that can hang over his right shoulder, and those soft goods are also removable, as we saw in the show. Had a really cool fight scene with Ahsoka. It was really sweet to see him in action and being able to take that cape off. So, also has a lot of rust weathering all over his body and his armor and outfit. Just a very different and intimidating look for this Inquisitor.
The one time they freaking put weathering or a rust look on a figure, it's too much, and it's I guess we give them a C- that they at least attempted, but they kind of did it at the wrong point in time. Like, I mean, if he looked like this is just like everybody is gonna have to repaint this figure. I mean, this rust just makes him look like he's got eyebrows. His helmet has eyebrows. And it's like, why did he perfectly rusted all the way down here, like a line, and in both spots here, and the perfect part on the chest. It's like, And again, this for Inquisitor armor, even though he's not an Inquisitor anymore, this is too light. This should be darker.
For the packaging, we wanted to make sure his weapon shows up prominently on the side art. Just a really cool looking image. And so exciting to see so many great characters in the new show and have them join the Black Series line. All of the Black Series figures revealed today are mainline items. They are going to be available fall of 2023. They will be up for pre-order at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, starting tomorrow, August 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yep, so it's coming up soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
All right, so sticking with Black Series, but we're going to move into premium roleplay now. We've also had some amazing premium roleplay reveals already.
Ooh.
So most recently, we revealed Ahsoka's FX Elite lightsaber at SDCC. Our first all-white LED saber. So really cool there. You're seeing some looks at that. But that's not where we're stopping. So with this show, we've got some other amazing additions to the line. Today, we have a helmet to share with you.
Ooh,
also
helmet.
from
I like
a core
helmets.
character of the new show. Sabine Wren's premium roleplay helmet. Such a unique helmet and really just amazing deco on this thing. The team, Lee, Todd, all of our partners, everybody, the model shop, everybody has jumped in on this thing to really make this top notch. So it's just blows me away every time I see this thing in person. The helmet has
like
accurate
helmets.
designs to match your live action looks. Lots of weathering to match the prop from the show. I mean, some of us got to see that thing in person in San Diego. That was really cool. So it also features a newly designed interior here as well, and a light-up rangefinder with a targeting screen. And for the reference for what that targeting screen looks like, we went back to the Rebels animation because there are some great shots of Sabine using that in the show. So
Yeah.
we did that, put some red LEDs in there, so it really harkens back to that show.
Yeah, it's great that we can pull from both
Sorry.
Rebels and now Ahsoka
It really is,
for
yeah.
this, and it's good to see it translate over to live action. It's an amazing looking helmet.
Yeah,
very
it's very
sleek.
cool. It's
very-
one of my
yeah.
favorites we've ever done. Yeah,
It's really
super
pretty.
cool. So it's a little bit early, so we don't have packaging available to show you today, but trust me, that's going to be very cool, and just like all our other Black Series premium roleplay helmets.
That's a picture
This
of the
helmet
helmet.
is a fall 2024 item. It'll be up for pre-order at most major retailers, including
I mean,
Hasbro
that is
Pulse,
literally what
starting
the box is
tomorrow,
gonna look
August
like.
30th at 1 p.m.
All right, and moving on, let's end today with the vintage collection. Last but not least, we of course have some reveals to share today for this scale, and another friendly reminder, we did also share some amazing reveals at San Diego Comic-Con for Vintage Collection as well. So back in July, we shared the main heroine, Ahsoka, as well as her friend and companion, Sabine. And next up, a character inspired by Rebels animation, but obviously super relevant, as we also saw him in the live-action trailer, Grand Admiral Thrawn. So moving on to today's reveals, let's keep going with another villain of the show, Morgan Elsbeth. And we've seen a lot of her today, but for Vintage Collection, we have a unique one. So this costume of Morgan is from her appearance in the Ahsoka show. One of the fun details to point out is the soft goods skirt that we used for her. And we used a custom printed fabric to give that pattern.
That's pretty good.
We're
And-
both like
Yeah.
pulling out the skirt.
show all the folds. And as well, we use the heat pleating to create that sort of samurai fold in the costume. So I think that came out really cool. As well, another area we dug in really deep here is the portrait. So that showcases that little sort of witchy tattoo up by the hairline, which is awesome.
I think my hands probably aren't stable enough to get a good shot of that.
And
but
my hands are smaller, so maybe it'll look better. Like, here we go. How does that look?
And you saw this
So
you saw this packaging as well for the retro
They
item,
went
but we again used
all
that
out on
composite image where we're
Morgan
working on the
Elsbeth
packaging
here.
before the film outs are available. So we love how it turned out, that kind of collage of her. And of course, you know the drill with Morgan, we have to get as well her droid companion or henchman here. So we have HK-87. And we
No,
love
they
the way
stuck
these
with the
droids
red
went
one.
to battle with Ahsoka in the show. An amazing intro fight. I thought it
Yeah.
was so cool. So this droid is a fully new tooled sculpt. He's original for the line. He has that swivel cut in the rib cage, and I think it's hidden really well by his droid details. He's got that full articulation. He has a soft goods cape, and I think the sort of draped across the front sort of bit of the cape came out really well. And as well, you can see that his blaster can clip onto his back. If you can get a shot of that. There you go. So that one came out really fun for us. He's got a staff as he fought with in the trailer. And again, for this one, it's another composite for the packaging, given the timing, since we were moving quick. We just love his stance and his posing. So next up for Vintage is a rebel leader and a key ally for Ahsoka, and that's General Hera Syndulla. We've been so excited to see her live action. We saw her as a part of the Ghost HasLab in her Rebels animation appearance.
Yeah.
But this one is live action Hera, so this one is a unique costume. She's got this amazing jacket, which has all of these patch details on the shoulders, as
That's
well
all
as that sort of
terrible.
Ghost logo on the back patch. Really cool. She has a unique style for the shirt and pants. This one's a brand new outfit. So this one's really cool. She comes with her live action blaster pistol, and she looks very much the general here.
Yeah.
She came out really cool. So we're glad to be able to offer another appearance of this amazing character. In fact, she is so special that she's coming out as VC300.
Woo! Yay!
So
Yeah.
congrats to the community, congrats to everyone for 300 vintage collection figures. We think Hera is so spectacular, and also just bringing the Rebels characters into the line is such a celebratory thing for us.
Yeah, she deserves to be
She does.
300.
Yeah,
and
she
there's more
definitely
coming,
does.
so
Yeah.
300 and counting.
300 plus more to come.
Yes.
So we were very excited. We think she deserves that honor. All right, and vintage collection figures are mainline items. The vintage collection Morgan and HK are a fall 2023, and Hera will be a spring 2024. So all 3 items will be available for pre-order at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, starting tomorrow, August 30th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
So I know you talked about it a little bit, but we do have Hera in the HasLab, but that is her End of Rebels appearance, right? On
Correct.
that
Animation
exclusive
inspired.
mural card back. So this one is obvious from Ahsoka live action, and that is her Ahsoka live action appearance. So that was her outfit in Ahsoka.
Correct.
So we just wanted to make sure it was clear for our fans out there that there is a difference between the two, and obviously we wanted to celebrate both.
That's right. So as you know, we do like to look into the future of what's coming in the line, and some of these are a
pipeline.
little further in the future, more info to come and future details about these figures.
I feel like some of these pipeline they
Pipeline.
just
That's
forget
right,
about.
but we wanted to
Yeah.
provide our pipelines. And first up, we'll start with the vintage collection. First and foremost, we have more news in the future, but we did want to promise you that Chopper will be coming to the vintage collection. And this one we thought was important to pipeline today. He's going to be so fun. I just loved him in the show.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this
I
is
love
his
Chopper.
live
Yes, you
action
did.
appearance version of Chopper.
This is his live action appearance.
Yep.
He's a droid.
Followed by that, we'll do a deluxe Jango Fett, amazing character from the prequels.
A deluxe
As well, we'll
Jango
be doing
Fett?
Rex from Star Wars The Bad Batch, Darth Vader from Star Wars A New Hope, and a refresh of our latest classic Stormtrooper, R2-D2, Luke X-Wing pilot. We're enjoying the original trilogy
trilogy,
theme
yeah.
here. And last, we'd love to announce, that's what I'm very excited for,
POF?
a fully new Princess Leia Organa from Star
I'm sorry, I did see this, and we'll point this out too. That is not how you spell pilot. Yeah, not how you spell pilot. This is a pretty sucky line of
Star Wars A New
Vintage.
Hope. Woo!
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yay!
Make the mains. We're very
Yep.
excited for it. So
Yeah.
she's been a high priority, and we love to bring our princess to the line.
We love that starting with Princess Leia.
It's the
Yeah.
start. It's
Yeah.
the start of something great.
Yeah.
So next up, we also have a Galaxy of Heroes inspired 2-pack for the fan channel, and this is a refresh of our HK47 with a Jedi Revan.
Awesome. So
Okay.
for a few Black
Those are
series
kinda
as
cool,
well,
possibly.
starting with a classic character, we have Moma Nadan.
Yeah.
And from our new entertainment droids that we've seen in The Mandalorian, R5D4 and 3 pit droids. And this is going to be a Target exclusive.
picture. I
All right, so those are pipelines. Like, you know, we like to give you guys a little sneak peek into what's to come. But, you know, we wanted to go back to the HasLab. I think we're going to end today and just talk about that.
The HasLab.
You know, just to...
Wait, that was the pipelines? The pipelines suck. Like I said, I feel like they show pipeline stuff, and we've had other pipeline stuff that just wasn't ever shown, or it hasn't actually been released, I don't think, but I'd have to go back to see what all it is now, because I completely forget these days. Those pipelines were pretty sucky. Pretty sucky. What do they have to say about the HasLab?
Recap. First off, thank you, fans, so much for funding the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Ghost HasLab. We are beyond thrilled. We're so grateful. And it's officially coming to your collections.
not
The
mine.
fans really rallied behind this.
They are.
And
We're already beyond the first tier, even.
yes,
We've-
we're beyond the first tier. We've
We're for sure
unlocked
getting
tier 1,
Ezra.
Yeah.
Ezra.
That's
So we
awesome.
have Hera and we have Ezra in that exclusive mural card back, which is amazing because I really wanted to get to add him to our collection. Yeah.
Absolutely. So as you know, we get a total of 3 tiers in this campaign. Each figure with the exclusive mural art as a card back and their exclusive End of Rebels costume. We also have General Hera Syndulla and have successfully unlocked Ezra Bridger. And next up, we have Kanan Jarrus at 14K, as well as Zeb Aurelios at 17K.
So more to come.
More to go. And we
That's our goal.
recognize, however, that a couple of crew members are missing from that mural art collection in the HasLab, and that's namely Sabine and Chopper.
You think?
So we know how important these characters are to the fans. They're important to us too. We love them. We did not want to lock these characters behind even higher tiers in the HasLab. So we're sharing this again for any of you who might have missed the news from our fan interviews. If we unlock all 3 HasLab tiers, and that means Zeb at 17K, you will also be able to make a separate purchase to complete the mural art collection of all characters from the Ghost Crew from Rebels with Sabine and Chopper. And so they're not part of the HasLab offering. Where the tiers have been set from the start in order to make sure that we could make this huge vehicle possible, which is just incredible.
Let's take a moment.
Okay. You didn't need 17,000 backers. You needed what? So we're over 11,000. We're not unlocked a tier. They needed what, 8,000, I think, to say, okay, we're going to do it. After 8,000... they should have just been like, okay, at 10,000, we'll give you at Ezra. At 12,000, we'll give you Kanan. At 14, Zeb. At 16, we'll give you Sabine. And at 18, we'll give you Chopper. Don't make them pay. Like, it's $500 already. There's no reason to pay more money. But people are going to, because obviously they want the whole crew.
Let's do it.
We just had it in the background, nonchalant, but it's actually the model. Right?
Absolutely. Let's
pick it
out.
This is the same model from San Diego, and we wanted to show people because we know there's been some questions about size on this thing. This is it sitting on a normal shelf. What we've done is we've taken off some of the back panels from the back side of the thing, so you can really see that this does fit on a normal shelf. It doesn't need to be your only coffee table piece in the house. You can store this with the rest of your collection. So
store it on your classic shelf back there. All right, so if we unlock all of those tiers, we can separately purchase Sabine and Chopper, and we think that means, the Ghost Crew can be completed in that mural look, and we're very excited for it to happen.
Yeah, for that end of season Rebels look, because that would be amazing to lay them all out next to the Ghost. Yep. I could see
more room on the shelf.
Yeah, I could see that coming together in my house. Okay, so as you know, the Ghost is funding right now. Again, you guys have unlocked it, but let's keep it going. So please go to HasbroPulse.com and let's go get the Ghost. I am so excited for this to come into my collection and then having as many of those figures as possible. So the only way to get the Ghost vehicle and these exclusive figures and card backs is to back the campaign, as they won't be available at retail. So definitely go back it before it's too late. You have until September 6th. At 11:59 Eastern Time p.m. So just 8 more days.
Just before midnight, yeah.
Yeah, so oh my gosh, it's coming up.
September
so let's
6th,
definitely unlock those tiers. We're so excited with you, so we'll definitely be looking and counting down the days. Lots of reveals today, including promises of more news to come in the future. So coming soon, we also have PulseCon, and that's another event that we have more news to share. So as you know, PulseCon 2023 is happening on September 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It's a jam-packed day delivering the latest epic product reveals to your shelves, including, of course, Star Wars. So promises of more to come. So it's definitely tune in. We can't wait to share more news, and make sure you join us. All right, that's it for today's reveals. Again, thank you guys so much.
All right. What do we think, chat? I say, kind of a disappointment. Where's my Balin figure? Where's my Shin figure? The two big... Morgan Elsbeth is not the biggest villain. She's not even the coolest villain. Where's her figure? She's got 3 figures, I'm sorry. Where's Balin? Where's Shin? What heck? What heck? What? Wow. The 2 biggest characters, and you don't produce either one of them. That is just poopy. Now, I do believe if it doesn't happen ahead of time, on the 22nd, we will see Balin and Shin. Balin probably for sure. Because courtesy of our friend over at yuckfest.com, very cool guy, he posted this lovely picture. This is Barrick's card back. And then there's this little thing here, which lines up with this thing here. So, I'm going to say September 22nd, the latest, will be the reveal of Balin. And I'm hoping Shin. So, but very disappointing that they wouldn't produce those today for us, show those off. I mean, as per usual Hasbro style, we are left wanting more. Especially since we're creeping up to almost $30 a figure. But yeah, there it is. What do you guys think? How many versions of Morgan Elsbeth do you guys really want? And I really wish they had done the retro assassin droid, done that one a second time instead of the red one, because the red one wasn't great. I mean, it's just solid red. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Well, there you have it. If you're a fan of Morgan Elsbeth, you've got plenty to look forward to. For everybody else, well, hopefully September 22nd will bring us the, true villains that we really want. Also, for the HasLab, instead of giving me the Ghost for $120, we'll go $20 a figure. Could we please just get the 6 figures, the 6 Rebel figures for the mural? That would solve everybody's problems. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Which figures did you like? How did you feel about the pipelines? How do you feel about HasLab in general? Let me know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and all that cool stuff. And always remember, may the Force be with you.